The James Webb Telescope is one of the most recent inventions that NASA is very proud of, and this telescope has been doing quite well. In fact, it is going to take us to the edge of time, and if you want to know all about that, stay tuned. Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we shall be answering the big question if it's actually possible to time travel with NASA's famous James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope is one of the most recent inventions by NASA that is quite an upgrade from the Hubble Telescope as well as all the other telescopes that are out there. With this telescope, we're able to see deeper into space and can even look into the past and history behind the creation of these mighty heavenly bodies. Many have been constantly wondering how the universe was created, and this telescope has the potential of answering such questions. This telescope has settled into its orbit after a long journey into space and has even sent back some of the first images that it has captured. As we mentioned earlier, this telescope has the potential of looking into the past and discovering the secrets of how the solar system and the universe were created. But characterizing a telescope as a device such as a time machine is quite an overstatement. But then again, it is understating the abilities of the telescope too. This is because the telescope can't really go back in time to give us a glimpse of how it all started, but it does have the potential of gathering evidence to back up the hypothesis on how everything came into being. A great example of this would be if the telescope captures images of an ancient relic that came from an ancient civilization, opening up quite a few theories. In short, such a telescope has the potential of viewing our cosmic history directly. It can gather up images for us that could direct us to how the infant stage of the universe actually was. This means that it would help in better understanding what happened 13 billion years ago. This will also answer the big question of how the galaxies were formed. This is now possible all thanks to the highly advanced technology that we have with us at the moment that will further help in the progress of space exploration. The James Webb Telescope comes with a 6.5-meter primary mirror which follows Einstein's concept of relativity. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, what we humans perceive as gravity is in fact a curvature of space and time. This theory is made up of two concepts, special relativity and general relativity, both of which were formulated by Einstein. This theory is based on a foundational principle that whatever you see out in space is a reflection of the past. However, all the telescopes that are currently out there take time to capture an image. This is due to the fact that light takes a lot of time to travel in space. In fact, it takes light a second to travel just 300,000 kilometers, which is quite little. Thus, by the time the image reaches the scientists on Earth, the image has aged and what it shows may not be the state of it when the image is being viewed by the expert. We don't notice the fact that light travels slowly on Earth, as the distance that light has to travel is not a lot. Thus, if we're standing in a room, the minute we open our curtains to view the outdoors, light comes pouring in quite instantaneously. In fact, it takes just a few nanoseconds to happen. But the space telescope doesn't see light traveling at the same fast speed. This is because light has to travel millions of kilometers in space. In fact, we're able to see galaxies pretty far away from us due to light traveling for thousands of years. The Hubble Telescope has helped enable us to see galaxies and stars shine and explode, and has backed up quite a few hypotheses from the Big Bang Theory. It has also caught quite a few glimpses of very bright galaxies that came into existence just a few hundred years after the Big Bang. At this point in time, the cosmos were just in their infant stage and stars were coming to life. From the images that are captured from these telescopes, we can also find out how the conditions of the universe were back then. It was found out that it was hotter as well as more crowded back then, and the ambient gas that was present in space was ionized by the light that was generated by newborn stars. It was further found out how matter was brought together to form galaxies that host their own star. In fact, all these heavenly bodies came together to constitute their little cosmic neighborhood that narrates their own story about their past. In fact, with each passing minute, we're getting closer to finding the origin of everything. Caitlin Casey is one of the scientists who's studying the cosmos with the aid of the James Webb Space Telescope, and she has stated that this telescope could magnify the results by 100 times deeper when compared to what the Hubble Telescope could capture. Furthermore, the James Webb Telescope is highly sensitive, and this helps us to know about the galaxies that existed within the first billion years. It's just a matter of time before which we're able to see the first generation of stars and galaxies and know more about them. In fact, we'll be able to view both old and new stars and galaxies in the cosmos. Astronomers have been asking quite a lot of questions, one of the main ones being the structure of the universe. But apart from this, there are many more questions about the cosmos that they're hoping to get answered soon. The James Webb Telescope is an instrument that many believe can take us back in time by 100 million to 250 million years, which is approximately around the time of its birth. This telescope has been providing us with quite a few amazing images from space of late, and the first image that this telescope provided was of the galaxy cluster SMACS 0723. The Hubble Telescope was able to capture this image before, but not in much detail as the James Webb Telescope was providing. NASA has stated that they have plans to use this telescope to discover what happened in the universe 13.5 billion years ago. This will be done with the aid of infrared light that'll help detect heat sources. In fact, the sensors of the cameras present on the James Webb Telescope are so sensitive that they could detect the heat signature of something as minute as a bumblebee. Another important thing to note of with regard to this telescope is that it reflects light into its cameras. The better the quality of the mirror, the higher the resolution of the image will be. As of now, the James Webb Telescope has 18 primary hexagonal mirrors that come together to form the honeycomb shape. If we're to take a look at its dimensions, it comes with a diameter of 6.5 meters, which is pretty massive. Furthermore, this mirror is 6 times larger than the Hubble Telescope and also happens to be 100 times more powerful than the Hubble Telescope. The mirror that is present on the James Webb Telescope comes with a thin coating of gold covering it. This helps the telescope reflect infrared light more efficiently. It's also important to note that the James Webb Telescope is not placed in the same orbit as the Hubble Telescope, and due to this, it is able to see quite far distances. This telescope orbits the Earth instead of the Sun and is in line with the Earth at a distance of 1.15 million kilometers away from it and almost 4 times the distance away from the Moon. In technical terms, this position is known as the Lagrange point. The temperatures observed in space are quite extreme, and sending an object into space involves thinking about the temperature factor. The James Webb Telescope is kept at a temperature of -230 degrees Celsius, so as to protect itself from exploding due to the immense heat of the sun. It is the size of a tennis court and comes with a 5-layer sun shield. The function of the sun shield is to weaken the heat rays from the sun, and it does just that by a million times. The James Webb Telescope is one of the best assets that NASA has at the moment, and the number of discoveries that they're going to make from it surely will take us back in time and prove a lot of what happened in the past. And that is all for today, and we hope you enjoyed our video. Do drop this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your post notifications to receive the latest updates from our channel. Bye and see you soon!